Hello again, everybody. Welcome in. So, did you just start playing DC Dark Legion and then for some reason you have heroes that are different levels in your account? For example, like you see here, some are 160, there's one at 90, couple of 60, 70, 30. Are you spreading your stimulators too much? Or are you missing something? There has been some instances where I have run across accounts like this, where they have heroes that really are at various levels. And I can tell that there is one particular feature that most beginners are not using based on the color of the numbers here for these particular levels that these heroes have. Because there is something missing here. There's something that you possibly are not utilizing that the game is providing you. So if you are really spreading out the use of your stimulators too much because you're trying to level up so many heroes at once, stop. And I'm going to tell you what you can use to make sure that you are getting everybody leveled according to 5 heroes. And that's really all you need to worry about. Let me go here to the Batcave because there is one particular room that we need to pay attention to. This room here also kind of is tied up to your war room level because you really can't go past the war room level. So, and in some situations, you really need to level up most of these rooms down here to be able to level up this one and then level up your war room. But this here, the Training Nexus, is one of the most important rooms that you should be familiar with because if you do that, you're going to be able to unlock your level sync. So what is exactly the level sync? So what I want you to appreciate here is that there are 5 heroes already here that I kind of pre-selected because these are the higher level heroes that I do have. And then depending on the level of your Training Nexus and then of course your war room, you're going to be unlocking slots here. Okay. And these slots are called the sync slots. This is what you really want to be utilizing. And then everything that you do in terms of farming or just passively collecting the rewards that are being manufactured here, or anything that you decide to run in the anti-crime network with your intel points, especially if you need experience or you need the stimulators, you can then just reserve those for 5 heroes. So how exactly then do you take advantage of this system here, the one that game is given to you? So let me go back here. And one of the things now is that what we're going to do is we're going to kind of look at this right now and say which ones are my 5 heroes that are most I'm using or that are better than others, right? Which ones am I really focusing on here? So since I already have Batman, Harley Quinn, and Wonder Woman at 160, we will leave them as is. Okay, so first thing is we're going to pick 2 more, all right? And like I said, these are heroes that you're probably going to be carrying with you and as you get to the end game, all right? So that really all depends on your account, how much you spend, or if you're going to go free to play. But I can tell you that at least for my perspective, you are going to be using somebody like Poison Ivy here. And so that's going to be one of the heroes that I'm going to make part of my 5. All right. These are the ones that I want. So what we're going to do here is that I'm going to continue leveling her up. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'm going to carry her to 160. So I got her all the way to 160. So now she's part of the core. So now I have 4, and now I'm going to pick up my 5th one. So, you know, for this instance here, because it is one of the heroes that I do have in this account that is part of the bleed system, is Satana. Okay, so with Satana, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring her up to 160. But here's the thing. Here's something that you can do to try to recoup the resources that you invested on all these other heroes here. Okay, so let's say you have more heroes and you for some reason have them at 50 or at 40 because you were trying to level everybody up. What you can do is you can then bring your hero, and then here is this reset button. So if you click on the reset button, it tells you that you're going to get resources back. It's going to go back to level 1. So here I get all my stimulators back, and I get all the cash back and the experience that I used to level up that hero. So I get it all back, and now they're back to level 1. So I'm going to do that, the same thing for all the other heroes that are not going to be part of my core 5. All right. So let me retrieve that, and I get my resources back. And let me get Satana up to 160. Okay, now that I have Satana up to 160, now I have my 5 heroes. The 5 heroes that I selected. These are the ones that I'm going to carry through. These are the ones I'm going to keep leveling. Now, the reset feature goes away as soon as you hit level 300. I believe that there is an instance where you can still, at level 300, reset them with gems. But once you pick your 5, just write them, because you are most likely going to be using those heroes eventually as you go into the end game. So you're going to be using Batman at some point, Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman, you're going to keep using. So just those type of heroes that they're going to be part of your core. Those are the 5 that you really want to just leave as the ones that you have put all the stimulators, the cash, and the experience on, and then just let it ride. And once you get to level 300, you're locked in. You just leave them as is. Now, I have all these heroes here at level 1. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to bring them all, at least the ones that I select, I'm going to bring them to 160 to be tied with this 5. How do I do that? Well, we go back to our level sync. Remember that feature that I was showing here in this room in the Training Nexus? Well, we have already established that these are my 5 here. And so as I level these 5 up, everybody that I place here is going to come along with them. So let's start adding heroes. So here we go. Now I have placed these heroes here in the slots that I have been able to unlock because I have been leveling up the Training Nexus. So as you can see here, we are level 15. So I have 15 slots available. And as I continue leveling this up, I'm going to gain more slots. Eventually, if you do get to level 35, which is the cap at the moment, you're going to have 35 slots available to you. So you're going to be able to sync 35 heroes with you. But here's the thing now. So instead of that whole mess of you trying to bring everybody along with the stimulators and the cash and the experience, now, because we were able to take advantage of the level sync system in DC Dark Legion, because we were leveling our core 5 here, all these heroes now come along with them. And so now these are all level 160. Okay, so that is the nice feature about the game. And now you can have a roster. You can put a roster together and then you can use it in the game. Can you change them? Yes, you can. Yep. So you come in here and you say, it's going to ask you, do you really want to remove them? And if you do, once you do that, one of the things is go into a cooldown. It'll go into a 1 hour cooldown. Okay. So free to play players, think about it and then make sure that you give it that hour. For those of you that spend, and get gems back a little bit, if you wanted to speed up the prices, just pay the 20 gems. You can put that hero in right away, especially if you're just doing something in the game that requires you to make that quick swap, then you can do that. And then you can invest the 20 gems if you want and put the hero that you want in there. But you can definitely then change this. So whoever you put here in the sync slot, you're not marrying them to that particular slot. You have the flexibility to change it. All right, but once you pass level 300, the top 5, the 5 that you chose to stay here or to be part of the sync system up here, those are going to be fixed unless you really decide to spend all the gems to reset everything. But I would, once you pick your 5, just stick with your 5 and then you'll be fine, because the first 5 that I pick in my main account, they're still there. I did not change them. There is no reason, because it's still in some way, shape or form use the hero in some aspect. So it's not It's not a big deal for them to be here. Now, I will say, don't pick somebody like Catwoman, just as an example, or Vixen to be part of your 5. The 5 that you're going to pick, especially as you approach level 300, are going to be heroes that you think you're going to be using towards the end game. All right. For all the beginners that are starting the game, take advantage of this. And this is exactly how you level up heroes in DC Dark Legion. Focus on your 5 and then use the sync system to then bring them all up. At the beginning, if you don't have many slots open because you're just trying to progress through the game and you really want to possibly just level up a hero temporarily, you can do that. Just keep in mind that you can reset it and then invest it. But once you start getting that Training Nexus leveled, you start opening slots, level 6, level 7, just focus on the 5 and then use the sync system, the sync system here to bring everybody on par with what you are leveling. So that is the number 1 tip I think that I can give every beginner player when they start, is to make sure that they utilize the sync system and don't have it all spread out. Anytime I'm looking at the roster of a beginner account, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for green numbers, because I know that if I don't see green numbers, that person is not using the level sync. Okay. And that is the first thing that I try to fix, to make sure that they have more heroes available to them, so then they can speed up the process and get things level a little bit quicker and get resources that they're going to need to level all the stuff up. So I hope you found it helpful. Use your level sync system. Don't ignore it. Thank you all very much for tuning and watching. I will see you all in the next video.